Okay, so the title, and I just abbreviate, please try to focus and stay on task. I will show you some calculator tricks. Yes. Yeah. Once I think, as I've been kind of facilitating through the room and checking you, I've had several students work ahead because this hopefully is a review skill, but it's okay if it's not, and it's not that hard. These are notes. Yes, they will eventually go in that spiral. All right, using distributive property with combining like terms. I just did CLT is combining like terms. And abbreviated property, PROP. So distributive property means multiply to each term. So it says recall. I'm hopefully maybe recall. Like on this first example here, A, whatever is outside the parentheses is what we are distributing. Let's not do other things while I'm going over this. Stay focused. I know. Will you stop? So I underlined the A because that's what I'm distributing. Okay, sorry. Here we go. The A. Why is it not changing color? I'm using hippity hoppity distributive property to make sure you indicate and show. I like your eyes up here when I'm going over stuff. To show that you're distributing each term. So what you need to show on your paper, just on this recalling the property, is A times B plus A times C. If I'm writing, you're writing. Then you'll simplify that. If I'm writing, you're writing. You'll simplify that by whenever we show multiplication with variables, we just write them side by side. So this is AB plus AC. So we're distributing the A to the addition of B and C. We could do the same thing with subtraction. So when I simplify this, this would be AB minus AC. So I'm going to show the multiplication just for the first couple sets of problems. But once you get a hang of it, you can do it mentally, but you have to box the simplified answer. So on number 1, which term is being distributed?
7.
The 7. So this is going to be hippity hoppity distributive property. We're going to do 7 times x. There I'm showing that multiplication of 7 times x. Then we have 7 times 4. This would be simplified as just 7x plus 28. And that's what you box. Do the multiplication. Okay, simplify your variables. So on number 2, what are we distributing? The 2. Okay, so this would be 2 times b minus 2 times 3. Okay. So simplify 2b minus 6. Now on 3, don't forget your sign. Okay. This is a negative 4 being distributed times the y. Negative 4 times y plus a negative 4 times 3.
Will be negative 4y.
Yeah. Oh, close. So close.
So plus negative 12.
Do we have to show everything every single time?
No, that's what I'm saying. If you can do the mental, I'm just showing it right now. But if you know how, just do the mental, do the math, do the mental math, do the multiplication. Okay, and just simplify it. So this is 4y.
It's minus 12 because that would be sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just 4y minus 12.
Oh, that was 4.
Okay, that's a good question or good comment. Negative 4y plus a negative 12. Okay, so in algebra, when we ask you to simplify, we also want you to simplify the operation. Simplify what's happening here. So, and also in Alex, they won't let you type it in like this, a plus a negative. This, whenever I'm adding a negative, I'm really doing subtraction. Okay, so if you're adding an integer, a negative, change that to just subtraction. Yeah, it's kind of like that, yes. Okay, so I know some of you are already seeing to do this mentally. So on 4, what are we distributing?
-5.
The -5. Okay, so pay attention to your signs here. Look. So -5 times m, that's a -5m. But this, you need to read it as -5 times this -2 or -2. What happens when you have a negative times a negative?
Positive.
So this becomes positive. Yep, so plus 10.
So you still do
It's not necessarily keep change because we're doing multiplication. But if I was doing subtraction or addition of an integer, yeah, it would be. Okay. So what if I don't see a number? Who remembers what happens here? Yeah, it's an invisible one. So we're gonna just add that 1 here. So I'm just gonna put that the -1 in front of the parentheses, and that's what I'm distributing. Okay. So if I was doing the math, like if I was showing it, this is a -1 times y. Okay. Then I have a -1 times the 9, right? But remember how you said keep change. What happens when these two negatives get together? It turns into a positive. Does that make sense?
So it's -1 plus 9.
-y plus 9. Yes, that's the final answer. Okay. All right. So use your mental math. What's our answer to 6?
32 minus 8.
Yeah, 32 minus AB. We're done. Okay. It's when we have signs. Yeah.
Can I get help on number 7? I was looking.
Okay, so this was a negative. We got to pay attention to that sign. That's a negative right there. What happens when you do a negative times a negative? So that's a positive 4W. Then when I go to distribute, this is a -4, and I look at this as a -10.
So it's a plus 40.
Yeah, positive 40, so plus 40. Because if it's subtraction, it's like adding a negative. Like over here when I was showing plus a negative, it's the same thing as doing subtraction. All right, so 8. If you- yes. Yes.
So if that was a plus, how come number 2 isn't 2 plus 6?
Because it was a negative. I look at this 3 as a -3. Like if I have two different sides. Yeah. What was I said? What was 8? Yeah, I've already answered that one.
10 minus 15.
Yeah. 10m minus 15. Okay, now pay attention to your sign of 9, right? -3 times 2x, -6x, and then this becomes plus 12. There we go. Good. What about what? Okay, that's what we're gonna get to. Okay. All right. On 10 through 15, you can distribute with 2 variables. Okay, that's fine. So we're just gonna distribute the 3 to each variable m and n. 3m plus 3n. Yes, done. We're gonna distribute the x term to the y and to the 4. But make sure you write it correctly, okay? Whenever we have a number that's getting multiplied to a variable, the number is always written first. So this would be xy plus 4x. All right, you do 12, okay? I'm going to stamp this. We're going to do a couple together, and I'm going to check that you did the other ones. Now, if you have variables with coefficients, okay, numbers still get multiplied together. So 6a is getting multiplied by that b, so that's just 6ab. But 6a times 2c, the 6 and the 2 still get multiplied together. So plus 12ac, yes. You have to write down both variables. All right, now we're distributing 3 terms. Hippity hoppity, distributive property to each, so there's 3 times right here.
I got 2x
2x
minus 2y
minus 2y plus 16, yes. Now let's talk about these fractions. You're gonna do 12 and 15. Yeah, like I didn't do 8, 12, and 15. You're doing those. I'll check it when I come by. I didn't do 8, 12, and 15. You should be doing all of them, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't do those. I will check those. Okay, so I'm going to show the math, and then I'm going to show you how you can use your calculator to help. So we're distributing what on number 16?
a fraction 1/4.
Yeah, the 1/4 is getting distribute to each term. So this is how we show it. We do 1/4 times 8x. Then we have a minus 1/4 times 4. Okay? So from here, I wanted you to recognize that you're going to multiply the 1/4 and the 8.
Over 1, right?
You can do that as 8 over 1. Yes, you can. Now, the calculator will simplify this for you, but you have to know how to get to the fraction box or fraction in the calculator. Do y'all remember how to do that?
Yes.
What do we hit?
Alpha. Wait.
Alpha.
Yes, queen. You go.
Alpha y equals enter. Alpha y equals enter. Now you have your fraction boxes. You put a 1 on the top.
2x.
Arrow down. 4.
Wait,
What?
what? So what'd you do for the fraction?
Alpha y equals.
Alpha y equals.
Then enter.
It's on the top.
Alpha's the green button. Y equals the gray button at the top, above the blue button. Then enter.
Okay.
All right. Then arrow to the right to do your times, because you need to multiply 1/4 times 8. Or we're taking 1/4 of 8. So 1/4 of 8 is 2. Check that you get 2. Are we okay there? All right, so what we have here is 2x. Then what's 1/4 of 4?
2.
It's 1. There's our final answer. All right, so now we got 2 fractions here. A 6. We're going to distribute the 1/6 to 3/5 and to 18. So this is saying 1/6 times 3/5 x plus our 1/6 times 18. We're going to actually multiply the 1/6 times the 3/5 and get that simplified answer. 1/6 times 3/5. I'll let you do it. And then we're doing 1/6 times 18. Yes. I don't think I'm going to write it. I'll let you, once you have it, you can write it on your paper. I'll check this one as well. XY, yeah, alphabetical order when you list your variables. Okay. So on 18, don't forget your sign, because this is a negative 1/8. So my negative 1/8 is getting multiplied by that 4/5 x. And then my negative 1/8 is getting multiplied by this negative 24. So I'm gonna come around and stamp. I'm checking your answers to the ones I didn't do. Now, on the bottom here, guys, since you're distributing first, anywhere you see parentheses, you need to do that distributing first. So like on 19, hippity hoppity distributed property with the 8, this becomes 16x minus 24, and then we keep that minus 6x. Now, do we have any like terms here?
Yes.
Yes, what are they?
16x and x6.
16x and, yeah, don't forget the sign in front.
It's not 16 minus 6x?
Yeah, so that's the combining. The 16x minus 6x becomes what? Yeah, so this would be 10x minus 24. This is the final answer.
What about number 21?
What about 21?
It's 10 minus.
So if you don't see the number, what is the number?
-1.
Right. So in front of this parentheses, there's got to be a -1 there. And then you distribute that -1. All right, so I'm going to let you, those of you who are ready, try. We're going to go over the bottom half. I want you to try to distribute and then combine like terms. I need to stamp off the ones that you were supposed to do. Okay, guys, let's talk about this bottom half. If you're missing a stamp, I'll come back around. Okay, so on 20, there's 2 sets of parentheses. There's this first set, and then there's the second set. What are you distributing in the first set? 9. So we're doing 9 times the 2x. That is 18k. Sorry, I said x. Then you're doing 9 times this minus 4, -36. Then I'm distributing the 2, because the 2 is in front of this. That's -2, sorry. Pay attention. So -2 times 7, -14k. This -2 times this minus 12 or -12 plus 24. Negative times the negative is a positive. So now our k's, 18k minus 14k, when you combine those, 4k. Then I'm going to combine my -36, I probably should have bought a box, and that plus 24 leaves me with -12.
So wait, I got the answer. The only thing I didn't do was the plus with like the 2 negatives. I don't know how to explain it because I didn't like add that together. I just I already knew it was like 24. I put negative, but it's still.
Hopefully you wrote minus the -24, because then it would have gave you a positive.
Yes, I did.
All right, 21. There's no, pay attention. If you don't see a number in front of the parentheses, you have to put the visible one, the multiplicative identity. So when you distribute this one to each term, this is written as 10 minus y plus 6. Do you see why I made that plus 6?
Because -1 times -6.
Yes, -1 and -6. And then we have minus y. Are we done?
No.
What should we do now?
Combine like
Yeah, add the y's. So circle the minus y and minus y. What does that give me combined?
Positive.
No.
Oh wait,
-2y. Then add your 10. Add your constants.
So what did we
-2y plus 16. Okay, 22. First set of parentheses. What are you distributing?
8.
14.
8. So what are we going to write then? Okay,
Plus 32W.
thank you. 6 plus 32W. What else? Minus 56. Thank you. Now go to the next parentheses. What are you distributing?
-1.
Yeah, I don't see a number. You put -1. So this now becomes negative 2W or minus 2W minus 1. All right, combine like terms. 32W and minus 2W. 30W. What are you lost about? What are you lost about?
Offline, I added the 6 plus 8 before I did it.
6, then the minus 56, and the minus 1. Come on, guys.
Minus 55.
Minus 51.
Oh,
Okay, so we have fractions again. You're going to have fractions on your homework, so get comfortable with them. All right, we're doing 9/4 times 10/3. I'm doing 9/4 times 10/3. Do y'all know how to just go to the calculator and do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that because I just want to write the simplified answer. So you need to practice how to do it now. I think I can't, I'm seeing for some of you, me just writing the answers or the steps is not helping you process because you're just copying it instead of doing it and then checking your understanding. So I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you write it.
thank you.
If you're not sure, there's a calculator in your hand. You hit alpha y equals, you hit enter, you type in 9/4. The 9 goes on the top, the 4 goes on the bottom, you arrow to the right to get the times.
15.
And then we have to do a fraction again because we're doing times 10/3. So 10's on the top and 3's on the bottom.
15x minus 9 is right.
15x.
It's 15 over 2.
Yeah, 15 over 2x.
15 over 2
And x
Yes.
minus 1.
Yes, you should get 15 over 2 for the first term. When you multiply the fractions, you should have got 15 over 2. So 15 over 2x. But now we got to do this 9/4 times this minus 4. This should come out to be a whole number. Yeah, so this becomes minus 9. Are we okay there? All right, so now I'm going to go to the next grouping, which is this negative 1/4. What's a negative 1/4 times 2? You have the calculator. Come on. If you're not sure, it's okay if you don't have it mentally. But I want you to huh?
1 over 2.
Yes, so it's going to be a negative 1 over 2. 1 over 2x. There we go. Then do the negative 1/4 times minus 8, a negative 8.
So it turns out to be a negative.
No, this one should be positive 2.
So plus 2.
Yes. Yeah. Does anyone see why it's positive? Because this is a negative and a negative. Okay. All right. Now we're going to combine like terms. Don't get scared of the fraction. 5 over 2x and a minus 1 over 2x.
15 over 2x.
This, not 15 over 2. This should come out to be a whole number answer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This is 7x.
And then negative 9 plus 2.
Yeah, negative 9 plus 2. Yes. Negative 7. Yes.
Period.
Are we okay there? All right. One more. 7/8 times 4/5. Actually, I'm gonna let you do this one. I'll come by and stamp it. I'm gonna pass out the homework while you do the last one. Okay, guys, you can look at your notes to help you on the homework. If you need a stamp, I'll come by. I'll still come. There was our final answer. So we are on. Put your name on this worksheet. Homework 8. Justin. What do you need?
Corn dog.
Check with the bunch.
Guys, get your name on this worksheet. Come on. All right, number 1. Number 1.
8x plus 40.
Yes. Hippity hoppity distributive property. 8x plus 40. Watch your signs. Watch your signs. Look at number 4. What is this simplified to? Plus 6. There we go. All right. Then you have fractions at the bottom. A half of 8x is what? 4. A half of 2. So 4x plus 1. When you get to the bottom half, you have to distribute, then combine like terms. So we're distributing a negative 7. That's a negative 7w plus 28 plus 3w minus 27. Now what do we do? What are the like terms? What are the like terms?
7w, negative 7w.
Negative 7w and 3w. That
28 and negative 27.
28 and a negative 27.
So it would be negative 4w plus 1.
Yes, good.